Hello, this is Barney, singer of sorts from Napalm Death, and you're watching Bloodstock TV.
Okay, next up on Bloodstock TV, we are having a chat to the charismatic voice that is Elizabeth. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. What the hell are you doing at Bloodstock? Why are you here?
That's a great question. I think it's a series of fortunate events that brought us here.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is that over the last year, I've discovered metal, and I've discovered how amazing some of the artists are, and really, truly, technically proficient in ways that I didn't know were possible. And that, and connecting to both fans and people running this organization overall, made it easy for us to come here.
Yeah, well, I saw that you were announced a few months ago, and my experience of you really, I think I saw you on, I saw your YouTube, one of your YouTube videos, watching Hallowed Be Thy Name, Bruce Dickinson, and obviously, they are React videos, but just your reactions are just brilliant. They are just brilliant, and I will tell you about something else later on. We'll discuss something in a minute where I will tell people how genuine your reactions genuinely are.
Okay.
But yeah, I saw that, and I just thought, okay, that looks good, and I watched a few more, and I thought it was really good. And then I think I saw you a little bit later on Twitch as well, and I was like, all right, okay, because we just started going on Twitch as well. I was like, no, that's great. Then I saw something else saying, oh, she's coming to Bloodstock, and I was like, wow. So that's like, but I thought with all the restrictions that you wouldn't be able to make it, and then only found out a few days ago, yes, they're coming. You've done all the isolation, you've done everything you need to do with that. How was that?
Yeah, well, we got really lucky. We had planned our trip to have the isolation done. We got double jabbed in the US, and like just a few days before we took off, we received the announcement that if you were double jabbed, that you no longer had to quarantine. So we actually got to see London a little bit.
Oh, excellent.
And it was really lovely.
Is this your first time in the UK?
No, I sang at English National Opera about 4.5 years ago. I sang Violetta.
Okay.
I know, and there's lots of footage of me singing that too. So,
yeah. Amazing. Well, there you go. This is how impromptu and ad-lib this interview is, because all I know of you is that you do React videos. I don't know anything, and I know that you're a voice coach, obviously, as well. So, So listen to my voice already. I'm like 3 days into interviews. Please help me. Give me some tips. What can I do to keep hold of my voice when I'm at a festival? In between remembering I'm doing interviews, then I'm going seeing some of my favourite bands, shouting my head off at them stupidly. How do I last the whole weekend and not sound like a croaky frog on the Sunday?
I think the number one thing that you can do when your voice is feeling pretty tired at a conference, at a festival, anything like that, is to just go take 30 to 60 seconds and do SOVT exercises. I know this is like super vocal nerdy moment here.
No, that's fine. I need that.
Right,
give me the science.
So this is semi-occluded vocal tract exercises, and about 30 years ago, a guy named Dr. Ingo Titsa did some research on it and essentially quantified how these things are amazing for your voice. So that means it's an exercise that reflects air pressure coming out so that it goes back in, and it sort of creates like a little like an air pressure cushion, if you will, and it helps your vocal folds come together more easily, so that you don't need to, push to make a sound. Okay. It helps them sort of relearn how to come together efficiently. There's a lot of physics involved for why that happens. Okay. But I swear to you, if you go into like a corner somewhere and go, or just hum, you go, or you can just sing through a little straw and go like, all of those things. And they're all considered SOVT exercises. There's lots of information online, and it's like that quick instant reset where you'll be back to speaking with more ease.
Okay, so resets. So screaming Slayer at the top of my voice is not going to reset my voice, no?
No, that's probably going to make it go down that toilet bowl loop a little bit more.
Yeah. That's not going to work. Okay, good. Well, thank you for those. And we've got those on camera now as well, so I've got them so that I can use expertise and I can do that. It's great. We have got some good guys here. There's a guy called Cy Keeler who used to sing in a band called Onslaught. He's also a vocal coach as well, and
cool.
he's helped me out a few times as well. And I lay off the alcohol when I'm here now as well, because he was saying about them shrinking the vocal cords and things like that.
Pretty dehydrating.
Yeah, exactly.
But
hydrating lots as well.
It's nice to have confidence when you're speaking,
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll, you know,
I get it.
I can talk for Britain, but you know what I mean. So we'll see how it goes anyway. But thank you for that. So how's your weekend at Bloodstock been then? Has it been everything you imagined and more? Or has it been, where's it been?
Oh, you know, sometimes it's overwhelming. It's really good. I think coming out of COVID, where we've mostly just been at home, it so many people at once, and that's both like really delightful and also like, whoa, that's right, a lot of energy. So that's very good. My very first feeling when I walked into the festival was, oh my goodness, this is so friendly, and everybody feels really authentic to me. I saw so many different styles, and I was like, oh yeah, it feels like a place where people can come and just be themselves and be real, and that there's like a family homegrown vibe. It feels incredibly welcoming.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad that you feel that, because I say I'm not a professional broadcaster. I'm a fan as well, and although, you know, metal people in general and gigs and things like that are very welcoming, I'm not just saying this because I'm working for Bloodstock TV and doing the interviews. Bloodstock is a bit special. It is our home, and we've not been here for 2 years. So you're seeing you're seeing that as well. And for someone that's only just got into metal to be coming here and doing this, it must be amazing.
It's okay. So it's also amazing to see some of these bands perform live.
Yeah.
Like for me, I was looking at the vocals that they were doing and thinking, okay, can you do this live? And the answer is yes.
Yeah. Well, this is where we'll come into this now. So just down there last night, main stage, Devin Townsend, I was sitting on the barrier on the other side, and you were to my right watching him. And this is the bit where I tell people, your reaction videos are exactly what because you were, that could have been, I was almost tempted to get my phone up and try and surreptitiously film you, because it was literally, it was almost like you were proper, just like, and everything that I see you doing on YouTube, you were doing last night with Devin, except that I could see you wanting to press pause to talk about it.
I know, I'm like, I want to replay the moment. What's he doing? That was really cool. Okay, what's his throat doing? Ooh, I need to hear it again.
He's got an incredible voice, Devin Townsend.
It's
incredible.
amazing.
Yeah. You told me from your professional aspect, how good was that performance last night?
I mean, I love what Devin does. I think that he has such a huge range. We were just talking about frequency or just pitches. He's got a big range there. He has a huge range of tone quality that's available. He's extremely expressive, and he just navigates going in between. It's like, sometimes he goes to a musical theater kind of styling. Sometimes he goes more opera and he adds more dome. And then he'll all of a sudden go into these crazy screams. Like, it becomes like very, very harsh. I love the way he will, it's almost, it's like he just like bops between them all so quickly. It's fascinating, and it requires a lot of coordination.
Yeah, because I saw him, he does the Twitch streams as well, and on a Twitch stream recently, he was just like, you know, how did you become a singer? And he said, I didn't really want to be a singer. Steve Vai taught me into it. Like, just Steve Vai then, you know, one of the greatest guitarists of all time. Just said, you know, you should try singing, Devin. Yeah, great, as you do. And that's what, he's so laid back. I was fortunate enough to interview him last week for an hour. While he was in isolation, bless him.
Aww.
I got an hour with him on Zoom. What an engaging guy. He was absolutely lovely. So it was, fell in love with him a little bit more, not just with his music. So it's amazing.
We did, it was a while back, but we did get to interview him like on Zoom, but it was from Canada. And I have to agree with you 100%. He's like so genuine, so real. And like, you just want to sit and philosophize about life with him, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why the best interviews for me are where you can I could have talked to that person for hours, you know, literally just like, because I'm not, as you've discovered in the last 10 minutes, I'm not a Q&A interviewer. I'm just sit down and have a chat with you know, so.
It's much better.
Yeah, well, I say, you know, you were asking me this before we started for interview tips. That's it, really. That's all I got, because I'm not a broadcaster. It's just literally for me. Even here, when I've interviewed the likes of Dave Mustaine, I was a Megadeth fan. I was like 15, 16 years old, and I interviewed Dave Mustaine. It was just like, I'll just talk to the man, not the rock star. It makes it far more interesting, because that's what I'd like to hear. Because everyone can ask him when the new album's coming out and what, you know, and what it's like touring. But you know, everyone hears that from everyone else. So
yep.
Let's talk to them about something else.
Yeah.
That's more fun.
Let's find that interesting question.
Yeah. Well, that's the way to do it. So, yeah. So, what else have you got? Have you got more interviews over the rest of the weekend now? You've got a busy day tomorrow, you said?
Yeah. So we've been trying to put together some interviews with some people here at the festival, and then I've been doing interviews as well. And we're going to actually ask some attendees about their experience tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that, and sort of getting the whole 360 picture of what it's like to be here.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to interviewing a guy that I've heard is a total vocal nerd. From a band I hadn't heard about before. So this is Fellowship, and we're going to interview Matthew Corey tomorrow.
Okay, I know of Fellowship. Yeah, I don't know. They are very strong on the vocals.
Yeah, we have some more too, but I have to say that's one I'm really looking forward to because apparently he geeks out about voice.
Okay. Did you say that you're pretty much done with your interviews for the rest of the day today, or have you got time to watch some bands? Is what I'm asking you.
Oh.
There is one more band that I would
Which
recommend later on today that you definitely go and catch.
Which one?
Especially if you like vocals. Ramage Inc. They are on the Sophie stage at 6:40 today.
Got it.
I would recommend that you go and watch them. Brian Ramage has got incredible vocals, really good, and he's a Devin Townsend fan. So you'll like the music's very similar.
So it's
as
like
well.
up my alley.
He is amazing. You will
Thank
thank
you.
me later, trust me.
Yeah, no, thank you. I've been really blown away by hearing a lot of new bands here. So and it's come directly from recommendations of people.
That would be literally the whole festival. That would be my one band to make sure you go and see.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Cool, excellent. Well, thanks very much for talking to us. I will warn you now, you are on what we call Bloodstock time. So when it gets to Monday, you'll be 360, 359, 358. When can I get back to Bloodstock?
I love that.
You will be on Bloodstock time. So I hope you come back and see us again sometime because, it's been great having you here and great that you had such a great time.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
Excellent. Okay, that's us done. That's Bloodstock TV with Elizabeth, the charismatic voice.